Alright, what is going on today, guys? So today, you saw the title, we're doing a intermediate back and bicep workout. As you can tell, this is my favorite day, as I mentioned in the last video. So what we're going to be starting off with today is some pull-ups. So from the first video, you should have progressed to the point where you can do bodyweight pull-ups. So I'm assuming that you've started. So I would say that a basic workout is doing an assisted pull-up. An intermediate pull-up would be just your body weight, and then an advanced pull-up would be adding weight to it. So you'll see in the advanced section that we're going to be doing that we're going to be adding weight to it. So what we're going to be starting off today is we're going to be doing dead hang pull-ups. So the difference between a dead hang pull-up and a conventional pull-up is you stop at the bottom. And this is a huge factor because you get momentum from doing normal pull-ups, which helps you to crank more of them out. With dead hang pull-ups, there's no getting around getting a full rep because you have no momentum swinging. So the difference also, what we're going to be doing is pull-ups versus chin-ups. I really don't care which one you do. It's up to you. I'd say that in general that a pull-up is going to be targeting more of the lats and the biceps just because of the way it's set up as opposed to the chin-up. So the difference between, a pull-up and a chin-up obviously is the hand placement. So for a chin-up, what you're going to be doing is your hands are going to be supinated, so that means the palms are up. But for a pull-up, your hands are going to be pronated. Your elbow placement also is going to determine what is being targeted more, either the biceps or the lats. So if your elbows are going to be facing towards the bar, that's going to be targeting your biceps more. But if your elbows are flared out, it's going to be targeting your lats more. So it's just your preference on what you want to do. So I'm going to choose to do a mix of both, switching up the grip, pointing my elbows in, pointing my elbows out, and we're going to be doing 3 sets of 10 dead hang pull-ups. Alright, so let's get to it. Enough talking. Alright, now that we got nice and warm from doing those dead hang pull-ups, the next exercise we're going to be doing is the barbell curl. So last time we did drag curl, and in my opinion, it's more challenging because it takes the cheat out of the exercise, but I think that the conventional barbell curl is actually a little bit harder, just because of the way that the force is distributed. So if you know anything about physics, torque is force times distance. So basically what happens is we have that force, but the distance is not very far because it's close to our body. But when we have a conventional curl, the distance is much greater, so there's a higher amount of torque. So the same weight, obviously. So I held off on the conventional barbell curl on the last exercise because, like I said, this is going to involve a little bit. It's going to recruit some core muscles. So we're going to need a greater core strength to do these curls. So if the weight is out here, obviously we have to counteract that weight by tightening our core and our stabilization muscles. So we're going to be doing 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, and we're adding that progression in there. So each set we're going to be going up in weight. So the first set should feel pretty easy. You should be able to get about 15. The second one you should be easily able to get 12. And then the third one roughly 8, maybe 10. So like I said, we're trying to work up to that 3 sets of 12. So let's get to it. Alright, so 2 tips with this exercise I forgot to mention are, one is scapular traction, which I have preached in a lot of my other videos. There's not really that many exercises that I can't say that you're not going to do scapular traction, just because it helps to stabilize your entire body. Just one less moving part. And then another one is to squeeze your glutes. So like I said, you're going to engage your core on these because you have that force times the distance. So one way to counteract that is to squeeze your glutes to keep you more planted on the ground. It also helps you fight through the pain. I don't know why it works, but it does. All right. your biceps, the curl is pretty much the fundamental exercise for most all the movements you're going to be doing for targeting your biceps. So this exercise is no different. So we're going to be doing some dumbbell hammer curls, and they're going to be similar to take all the same notes that we used from the barbell curl that we just did and apply them to these. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing alternating curls. So we're going to be doing 12 reps on each arm. So the difference between a hammer curl and a conventional dumbbell curl is the way that your hands are positioned. So this is also what's known as a neutral grip. So we're going to be gripping the dumbbell like this and maintaining that throughout the whole time. So it kind of looks like you're swinging a hammer. So that's where I think the name comes from. So we're going to be doing 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps with that progression in there, just like we've done before. So I'll show you guys some of those reps. Alright, so one tip I really haven't touched on yet is imbalances. So when it comes to doing unilateral movements, this is a great opportunity to do work on imbalances. So what I mean by that is say if you have one arm that's stronger than another, so you'll pick the weaker arm and do that many reps for both arms. So eventually you'll build it to the point where both arms should be the same strength. So that's another reason I like to do alternating as opposed to just one arm at a time. So you can keep track of, say if you start with your right arm, and then you're supposed to finish with your left arm. If you finish with your right arm again because you can't curl with the left arm, you know you need to start with your left arm, which is weak. Alright, so there's not really a whole lot of difference between the hammer curl and the conventional curl other than the grip. So if you guys feel like you wanting to skip this, I'm just going to put a set or two in here of me just doing conventional curls just for your reference. Alright. Alright, so this next exercise I think you guys are going to like because we get to do it sitting down. You know, standing up and engaging those core muscles like that, as well as focusing on form, can really take it out of you. So I'm excited to sit down for this one. So you can call them what you want, but I'm going to call it a seated Arnold curl, but it's basically just like a seated inside curl. So I'll show you guys the form in a second, but basically we're just going to sit down and use our thigh as a pivot point to do this curl. This is one of those exercises that will make, you know, 25 pounds feel like 200. So it's a great exercise to focus on that contraction and get that mind muscle connection. Alright, so we're going to be doing 3 sets, 8 to 12, going up each time. Let's get it. Alright, so the first exercise for back we're going to be doing is the barbell bent over row. This is like a staple when it comes to doing back exercises. You can either do this or like a T-bar row or chest supported T-bar, but the bent over row is like a staple in whenever it comes to doing your back. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be using a pronated grip, so our palms are going to be facing down, and we're going to be bending at roughly like a 45-degree angle. So before, whenever we did the shoulder workout, you saw we did the wide grip bent over row, and that targeted more of our rear delts. Now we're trying to target our lats and our lower back. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pulling the weight up towards like our hip area. So I'll show you guys what a couple sets that looks like. So like before, we're going to be doing 3 sets, 8 to 12, and adding that in, going up in weight and adding that progression. All right, let's get it. Alright, so the next exercise we're going to be doing is the lat pull down. This is actually something we did in the basic video, but in this one the difference is we're going to be switching up the grips. So depending on how you grip the bar, it will target your lats differently. Whenever I get the chance to throw like any kind of variation into an exercise, I love it just to switch it up so you don't get used to doing the same thing over and over. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing a wide grip, close grip, and a supinated grip. So all three of them will work slightly different, but it's all the same motion. So if you want to see like good tips and tricks on go back to the first basic video real quick and watch some of those, and then you'll see the proper form for this. So I'm just gonna go into it and show you guys the 3 different sets, and then we will be moving on to our last exercise, and then we'll be done. All right.
I am so incognito, far away from him, incognito, came in one way, incognito, not leaving the same. I am going with the top down, waiting for the countdown, all grace, no wishes, no loans, no interest, feels good, Tony, yeah, Tony, we the ones show, yeah. What with the link? Playing for the winning team. You ain't never heard of me. You vegans, y'all really want the beef. All with the black, race for the slack. In a handout, you understand where I'm at.
Alright, so the last exercise we're going to be doing today is the seated cable row. So we actually did this in the basic video, but it was on the row machine, which basically is just slightly different, you know, but this one, like I said, has like a degree of stabilization, so you know, it's not just going on a fixed path, you know, they can slightly shift one way or another, so it's great to develop stabilization. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 3 sets, 8 to 12, just like we've been doing, and increasing the weight each time, and then we will wrap this workout up. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so I forgot to film an outro in the gym, so this is my outro. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do everything, you know what to do. Alright, bye.